Sak Pase.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Glad.
My name is Rob.
And welcome to the first episode of the Team Sak Pase podcast. Now, this podcast show, we're going to be interviewing all people in all different sectors of industry. It's going to be a platform that's going to be able to, you're going to be able to be motivated to start your own business. We're going to be interviewing people from the restaurant business, from the music business, from the fashion business, again, all sectors. And we're just happy to be able to present to you guys this platform outside of our clothing brand. Let people know where they could be able to check us out.
Oh, they're going to see us on all major platforms, everywhere. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited about this. I'm excited that this is finally here.
Facts.
We've been, promoting.
Let's drink to that.
Let's
Cheers.
drink. Cheers.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Facts.
Okay. So
Let's get right into it, bro.
Let's go.
This is the first episode, right? And we want to talk to you guys about how we started as entrepreneurs, how, Sak Pase came out as the originators of the brand, as the originators of Sak Pase, how we were able to transcend a word Sak Pase and make it cool, right? And bro, like for me, it didn't start this mission. This mission didn't start with me. It started with you. And I remember when I got the call. I mean, I was always in the background, supporting you in the Bell Fashion days back in 2003.
Right.
But I remember when you sent me that text, that picture of the Sak Pase logo.
Right.
Walk us through it. How did it begin for you? Like, how did you get that logo to look like that? Like, what was that whole process like?
Well, man, that you're taking it back to like prior to Denalcy.
Let's talk about it. Yeah,
it was Bell Fashion, right? We started out as Bell Fashion,
2003, I believe.
2003, like Labor Day weekend, because I wanted to wear something with. I put the Haiti established 1804 and then the Sak Pase on the back, and that was. I literally at the time had no idea what to call it. Because people kept saying, like, where do you get that? Where did you make that shirt? What's the name of that shirt? How do I get that shirt? And I was like, I just made it because I wanted to wear it on the Parkway.
Right.
Because I wanted, all I saw was the Haiti palm trees and the typical,
everybody's
Haiti
kind of
shirts.
just rocking
bro, like
shirts with the Haitian flag on it.
It just said Haiti on there, and it wasn't even a Haitian selling the shirt. It was Mexican.
Right.
I mean, no disrespect, but I'm just saying it's true.
Right.
It's true.
Right.
When we were in Florida,
That's what we saw.
We selling Mexican with the
and we'll tell them about a story about
Asian,
that a little bit later
on.
on.
Asian guy with the cart selling the Haiti shirts for $5 at the festival.
Right.
Like really? So So moving forward, it was Bell Fashion.
Right, and then now in 2007, 2007, we at Dre's crib.
Yeah.
And you had written down on a napkin.
Yeah.
Denalcy.
Yes.
Right?
But I was going crazy trying to figure out what to call it.
And so you wrote down the word Denalcy on a napkin. And we chilling at our boy's crib.
Right.
And you're like, yo, what you think about this? And I'm like, Denalcy? And I'm like, it sounds nice. Like, it rolls off my tongue nice. Pause. It's nice. I said, but what does it mean?
Right.
And you were like, island spelled backwards. I was like, wow. Like, I went back on the couch like, wow. Right?
Yeah.
So that was the beginning because... For those, a lot of people don't know, Denalcy, let them know what Denalcy means.
Yeah, so Denalcy is island spelled backwards. And I was going off trying to figure out, I was on the like, damn, I don't know what to call it. I don't know what to call this brand. And our boy John, who we went to school with, he created the logo. Because I kind of explained it to him. I gave him the concept. And he was already at the time working for Nietzsche. He was like a head artist, designer. He was and also I forgot the other names, but he was well known in the industry. And this dude just came up, and he was into soccer and all this whole athletic field. And I told him, I said, I wanted to be something like that. And I said, here's a name, Denalcy. And he was like, what does that mean? And I said, island spelled backwards. He's like, that's the one. Because I kept, like, at the time, we didn't even have, I think it was just straight email. I think I still have that email, bro, from like 07. I still have that email from John, and it was crazy. So I reached out to you when I said island spelled backwards. Like, what went through your mind?
Bro, I was there with you. I went crazy.
No,
you know what I'm
because
saying?
you came, you were, or you was, you. Not a lot of people noticed, but you had your own magazine, like online magazine,
Facts.
popping already on American culture.
Right, right.
And
Yeah.
you've been at all the parties, and we used to run across. We used to run into each other.
Right, you were doing security. I'm running
Online
an online fashion magazine
Dope.
called Urban City. Well, it was a print magazine, and then I had another magazine called Creme Magazine.
Right.
So we're at all the dope industry events. Meeting a lot of the dope executives and celebrities and stuff. So we've got a long history of a long history of the industry, and we know a lot of people just networking.
Right.
But then you want to do something for the Haitian culture.
Yeah. Man.
So then when you showed me the logo on that napkin, I remember it.
Right.
You showed me the napkin and you showed me the Denosi, and I was like, yo, what does that mean? And when
I
you
should've
said
saved that napkin, bro.
when you said
Damn.
island spelled backwards,
Damn.
bro, I went back on the couch. I couldn't believe it. I was like,
Right,
yo,
right.
the same thing what's homeboy's name?
John.
Same thing that John said is the same thing I said. I was like, yo, that's it. That's the
Right,
one.
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? And then that's when we started formulating the brand. But we didn't come out with shirts right after that.
No.
And I wasn't even part of the company.
Right,
Because
right.
you was kind of still doing your thing on your own.
Yeah.
Right?
And I was still doing the thing on my own. I was still going to the clubs. I that's how I met Bobby Jams.
Okay.
Shout out to Bobby.
Shout out to Bobby,
And,
who's going to be on the show at some time.
He
in the
will
future.
definitely be on the show. And, he's the one that kind of paved the way. And he was kind of like showing me, he was like, he took the shirts, and he was like, yo, who is this? Like, who's doing? I was like, bro, it's just here.
Right.
And the whole thing, I kept telling him, it's Denalcy. But Sak Pase was the
Right.
in your face kind of,
Right. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it wasn't as big because Sak Pase was always on the back.
Correct. So we were at the time. I remember you giving me a call and like, "Yo, let's come to the club with me. Let's go hang out. Let's go promote some of these
Right,
shirts."
right,
I'm like,
right.
"All right, cool." I'm always with the shits, right?
Right.
So I remember we're going to the club with the Denosi shirts on,
Right.
sometimes with the Haiti shirts on the front and then Sak Pase on the back,
Right.
But we weren't getting the traction that we were looking for, right?
Right.
So the logo was dope. The name was dope, but nobody knew what the hell we were doing. Like,
Right.
all right, these two guys wearing Denosi shirts, right?
Right,
Cool.
right.
Until what was the time when talk about the experience when we had, I think it was a Denosi shirt, the logo on the front, and then the Sak Pase on the back. Talk about that experience.
Yeah, so we kept going back and forth because you marketing guru, you was like, yeah, let's just promote the colors, because of the culture and all of that stuff. So Denalcy on the front, it was yellow and green.
Yeah.
Something different. So we had Sak Pase on the back, and this was at Taj, I believe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it was a huge party, huge ass party, man. It was crazy, like during Labor Day weekend. And my boy from Trinidad was like, he came out twisted. He was like, yo, y'all need to stop playing, man. Put that Sak Pase on the front. Nobody knows what Denalcy means. He's like, yo, put that Sak Pase on the front, man. So
Right.
I think you caught it. And what were your thoughts that night? Like, damn.
I mean, he had a point, but I remember that. I remember when he said that, and then the next day you sent me the an image of the shirt, right?
Right.
Of the Sak Pase logo on the front, and I said, Rob, don't touch it. I said, Rob, this is it.
Yeah.
I said, this is it.
Yeah.
I said, this is it.
Yeah,
right?
you did say that.
Because when I'm saying this is it, like in my mind is going crazy. I know what I'm gonna do, like as far as marketing wise, how we're gonna promote it, color wise, how we're gonna
Right.
push it in the streets, and that's exactly what happened. Now we didn't know how crazy it was gonna get, but we knew that we had an entry point, and that entry point was Bobby Jams,
Right.
who we were networking 4 or 5 years prior.
Correct.
And Bobby Jams was like, he was a dude that kind of brought us into the HMI, for those of you who don't know, the Haitian music industry. But he was the one who kind of brought us in and was introducing us to all of the tastemakers. So, and he's going to be on the show to tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah.
But it was a great feeling. Like
So-
I saw the vision right there.
So here's a question for you, because we both coming from that whole fashion industry, American side.
Yeah.
And here it is. I'm showing you this whole Sak Pase vision and the Denalcy. How did it make you feel? Because me growing up in Brooklyn, you and I growing up in Brooklyn, born and raised in Brooklyn, Haiti was not cool. So back then, so now, like, what were your thoughts of as far as like thinking, damn, how do I market this to make it cool?
To be honest with you, you gave me an offer that I couldn't refuse because I always wanted to come out with a clothing line, right? but I was doing magazine shit, right? I was doing Urban City Magazine. I was doing Creme Magazine, and it was good and all, but that's where I wasn't fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up watching the dudes from FUBU and Damon John, you know, going to the Ave and seeing these dudes selling their hats, right? So I grew up, you know, we grew up in that culture with FUBU, Aniche, Jabot, Cross Colors. You know, I grew up in that scene, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, this is not, we're not doing fashion within the American side. We're kind of doing fashion for our culture in a sense.
Right.
But I was like, yo, I'm all in, bro. Let's rock and roll. Let's do this. So in my mind, when you were telling me about, yo, glad I'm getting busy. I'm gonna need your help. Help me with the marketing. I was like, yo, let's do it. I'm all in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'll never forget that conversation because it was on the Southern State Parkway, and I pulled over. It was like exit where that police station used to be at, and I pulled over, and that's when I called.
Oh, word?
I called you right there. I said, bro, I got these shirts. I need help. Because literally coming from Long Island, I was deep, you know, and going into meeting Wyclef, you know, in the studio at like 3, 4 in the morning when Jerry, one of his cousins, used to call me up and be like, yo, Clef is he's going overseas tomorrow, like 3 in the afternoon when Clef, and it was crazy because that's how this whole Bell Fashion Denalcy started, because now I was creating track jackets for Wyclef. When he performed with Shakira on MTV, you know, and
we were the first.
TRL,
yep.
You know what I'm saying? And he wore that jacket, and it was just like, to this day, he Haitian Cowboy. Shout out to him.
Shout out to
literally
Haitian
like
Cowboy.
3 o'clock in the morning. Here I am, like driving to Manhattan, dropping off shirts to the whole studio,
right?
And I met a lot of people during that time, and driving back. And I was just like, man, yo, I need help. And that's where I was just like, dude, I can't focus. I don't know what's going on. I have no background in this. I just know you're the person that I need on the team.
Right.
And I don't know. I just felt something. I was just like, yo, dude, like you're the one. Like we have a bunch of other boys that we hang out with.
Right.
But you, with your background, like, I was just like, yeah, you're it.
Yeah, I mean, I was ecstatic. I mean, if you remember, at first it was 4, then it was 3, then it just ended up with me and you, right? Because we knew that we needed a lot of help.
Absolutely.
But it just ended up with me and you. And this is a great segue because we can talk a little bit about that first big promotion we did with the Sak Pase brand. When after we went to the club and people were asking us for it, we like, you know what? I think it's time for us to take this vision to Miami. And that's when we went apeshit with the brand.
Right.
And that's when I said, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do it. And that's when we got the models, we got the trucks, we got it all.
It was crazy.
And, you know, quick story, that's when, you know, we ordered the 750 shirts from China, and then it got stuck in China.
It was crazy.
It was crazy.
But this was all during Janalsi.
Right, and that's
what I'm saying?
and that's what I was about to say. That's when we became Team Denalcy.
Right.
That's when we became Team, because at the time we didn't have Instagram, just started. I remember.
Right.
And then that's when we started, you know, Team Denalcy, and you know, everybody started calling us out, and that was the hashtag. Like, where can I get the Sak Pase? Oh, it's them Denalcy boys, and then that transcended to us being Sak Pase boys. Right. So, you know, even though we had a lot of pitfalls, I knew that we were in the right direction with what we were doing with the brand.
Yeah, because at the time with Denalcy, it was like, okay, a lot of people are not going to understand what Denalcy is, and it was like, ugh, all right, you know what? Sak Pase is it, but we're gonna shrink Denalcy just a little bit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna shrink Denalcy, and we're gonna just kind of pull you in through Sak Pase.
Correct.
Because Sak Pase obviously is so worldwide known. So Sak Pase, you know, Denalcy, the parent company, where a lot of people kind of understood, like, okay, Denalcy is island spelled backwards, we get it, but it was always like an explanation behind it. But Sak Pase, right off the bat, oh, word?
Right.
Okay, cool.
Right.
And what the great thing about it was that a lot of people, non-Haitians, like, oh yeah, my husband is Haitian, or I'm married, or my wife, she's Haitian, my girlfriend, I got married, you know what I'm saying? So Sak Pase was like that it factor. And especially, I remember you talking about more about that with the earthquake part, with Sak Pase. Like, what was your feeling when you thought about that? Because I think it's gonna be like a whole nother.
Yeah, I mean the earthquake happened. Excuse me, the earthquake happened, I believe, in 2010, right? And we didn't launch the Sak Pase brand, the Sak Pase brand actually till 2012 because we were kind of behind the scenes trying to figure it out.
Right.
But that incident really motivated us to be like, now we got to create something where we can rep our culture.
Yeah.
Be proud of what happened with that whole disaster. Like we can stand tall and proud with as a Haitian people representing the culture. And so that's when it was, I guess it was almost kind of like, the stars aligned for us, and things worked out, and it was like perfect timing in a sense for the brand to come out at the time.
Yeah.
But I just remember us like really strategizing when we were going, the whole Miami thing, and that was like our big come out.
Right.
And if you guys go back to the video on our YouTube channel, you'll see that I said like, yo, we did it. Like you'll see me. I said that in the video, and we did it. Like we went out there with these bright Sak Pase shirts. Right?
Yeah, we were cocky. Like we came out with colors.
Yeah, we came out with colors.
We were like
models.
12 models, bro.
12 models. We had an awesome party with the Untouchables.
Yeah, mansion party.
We'll let Bobby Jams talk in depth about that.
Yeah, bro.
But it was a great feeling. It's the most watched video on our channel, still to this day. Mm-hmm. And it's a great feeling that after that event, we knew that we had something big, right?
Right.
That's when we knew, like, all right, we need to get our shit together behind the scenes, right? We got to get the website up, because at the time we didn't even have a website up.
Nah, because we were playing catch up with the brand.
Right.
We were playing catch up. It was like, Sak Pase, where do I get this? And you know what's cool is because we made it exclusive.
Facts.
Although we didn't have a website up, but we made it exclusive, because now people were like the plug.
Yeah.
People were acting like literally like the plug.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, those are my peoples, but you're going to have to call me so I can get you the T-shirts that you need.
Right.
And that's what was going on.
Because they didn't know us in a sense.
Right.
Yeah.
And what was cool was that, how did you feel? I remember you saying that you saw someone in Elmont rocking a shirt, and you was driving somewhere, and I at that moment.
I mean, that's when you know it's hitting the streets. That's when you know it's starting to go AWOL, right? Mm-hmm. When people are just wearing it in the streets. Like when you see shit in the streets, that's when you know you're doing something good. Right. So, look, we were doing all the right things at that time. Like the bands didn't really know us, so we.
But
through Bobby Jams, we were able to meet all of the hot DJs within the culture. Right. So we were able to create great relationships with them.
Right. And shout out to all the DJs, man. Like
we're gonna have a lot of them on the show.
Yeah, we're gonna bring in a lot of them. So the whole concept is to bring a lot of these well-known DJs. For example, like Stax. Mm-hmm. Like he's crossed over, literally took the Haitian culture.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. He took the Haitian culture and literally made it, made that song, that sound mainstream.
Yeah.
And made it cool. So we he's
forced the narrative.
He's forced the narrative.
And other DJs to play that Haitian music
absolutely
at events.
Yeah.
For sure.
And we've come across where it was like, we've even had people like Safari, rocking a Sak Pase when we did that cross promotion in Miami with DM. Mm-hmm. So Sak Pase DM, and Safari was there at the festival, and he had on the tank top.
Facts.
Young Child, all these different people. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy how the DJ lifestyle. That's why with this whole podcast thing, it's like we want to dig deep into their lifestyle, because not a lot of people know about that.
Right.
And, we marketed, we were able to create a Sak Pase lifestyle. We want to bring in the experience,
Yeah.
the whole everything.
Right. I mean, like I've said before, like the shirt was so cool that it can transcend from a DJ rocking it into the strip club to a politician rocking it.
Wait,
You know what I'm
jacket,
saying?
yeah,
And
the jacket.
right, real Frenchy style, right?
Right.
So it's that's how cool the shirt has been able it's been able
Absolutely.
to transcend
Absolutely.
and be able to cross different cultures and different sectors.
Yeah.
So you know, that's when you know you have a hit.
Right.
And we were proud of that. But you know, I think one of the big moments for us when as we were doing the movement was being honored at the Haitian Roundtable. What was your feeling with that?
Oh man, that was classic. That was monumental, man. Being on stage with like Mona Scott Young, and also legend Donna Karen.
Yeah, we met Donna Karen.
Sak Pase.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
does she does a lot of stuff in Haiti. Karen Civil. We took
Yeah.
pictures with Karen Civil.
Yep.
And just so many tastemakers, man. It was dope, man, just to be amongst that, that the feeling of like, wow, we're being honored, and the award, those, yeah, because it's literally like when we started, we didn't think anything was.
Yeah.
It wasn't really gonna pop off like that.
No idea.
No
We had
idea.
I mean, it's a great feeling to be honored, amongst your peers. You know what I'm saying, especially within the culture. That just shows that you're doing something right and that you're doing something great for your people. So
Absolutely, man.
it was definitely a great feeling.
Absolutely, and being like the Sak Pase originators, we took a word, we made it cool, we made it fashionable. People literally, non-Haitians are rocking Sak Pase of all different life, backgrounds, and just wearing Sak Pase. We made it cool.
Facts.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it was kind of like, oh, this is big. Can you imagine Instagram? If we had Instagram back then, bro.
It would have been lit.
Oh my God!
It would have been lit.
Yeah, we would have had.
Yeah, we had no Instagram when we first started, but
Nah, it
it's
was
all
just
good.
A little
I
bit
mean,
of Facebook.
it really
Oh,
just
and, no, the other one. What's the other one called?
what's that?
It's Facebook and
Instagram,
whatever.
Twitter.
MySpace.
MySpace?
Yes.
Well,
MySpace. Yes.
I mean,
yes.
it just shows that how powerful the brand was without using
was
those
dope.
social media platforms at the time. That it
Yeah,
was,
yeah.
we were just boots on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Just
yeah.
networking with people. We were taking orders off of from the phone, and
Literally
that's
from the phone.
that's how we were doing
Like
it.
we did the whole Master P from the trunk.
Yeah, that's how.
Selling T-shirts from
that's
the
how
trunk
we-
of our car.
Yeah.
They calling us Haitian Fubu guys. They calling y'all are the
Haitian
Haitian
Fubu,
Fubu.
Sak Pase boys.
Y'all are the master,
Yeah.
Master P of the Haitian culture.
Yeah.
And that's how it was.
Facts.
I'll
Facts.
pop the trunk, boom. You got shirts, what color you need, what size you need,
Yeah.
and there was no Cash App, no Zelle. It
Right.
was literally hand to hand cash.
So we reached out to a few of our supporters,
Right.
And we asked them to, ask some questions, being that we were doing the show, and we have a few questions to answer. So the first question
let's
is,
do it.
when you started Denossi, did you ever envision that the brand would have so much cultural impact?
No.
Facts. Same here. Same here.
Yeah, let me. All right, so let me take this one. From the beginning, I noticed how other brands tried to follow in your footsteps. How do you stay ahead of the competition?
Great question. I mean, look, we're the originators. Everybody else is copycats. You know what I'm saying? That's how I think about it. But I think how we step ahead is like,
trademark,
oh yeah, we're
serial
trademark. We're
number,
trademark.
all
Yeah, all trademark, serial number, all of that. But I think how we stay ahead. I mean, look, when we first started, we was in a white space, right? Like there was
Right.
nobody doing what we were doing.
Right.
Everybody saw what we were doing. We influenced a lot of people, and that's cool. I say, look, in this culture, the more the better, because at the end of it, it's a buffet, right? You rock what you want to rep your culture. It's a beautiful
Absolutely.
thing. But as far as us, as far as what we do, I think we do things a little, a lot different.
Yeah.
I think we make
You
a lot
always
of
gotta be
noise.
different, man.
I think we make a lot of noise, and we're very obnoxious, and we're in your face.
But you
And-
have to be, because
Yeah.
everyone has a T-shirt line, bro.
Right, and you never know what we're gonna do. So I think that's what keeps us ahead.
Yeah,
It keeps us
absolutely.
fresh.
You always got to be fresh. You always got to be unique. You got to stand out, think outside the box. And the biggest thing for us, too, I think I posted that. We were talking about, like, just being outside our comfort zone. It took us out of our comfort zone.
Yeah, I mean, when's the last time you saw two people wearing the same exact thing at a Haitian event?
Word.
And we did that.
And
you know
we did that.
Yeah.
And we came in with wearing the same thing, and also just wearing at times just t-shirt and jeans, and it was all marketing.
Yeah.
That's part of being an entrepreneur, is just thinking outside the box.
Everything was done by design, on purpose.
On
just,
purpose.
You know what I'm saying? Just to get your attention.
Absolutely.
And, it was a job well done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So next question. Here we go. When you were featured in a small boutique fashion week, how did it feel?
It felt monumental. It was dope. It was something that I definitely, for myself, didn't feel that way. I didn't think that we would take it that far. And it was just being amongst other designers, great designers, and being the only Haitian designer there.
Yeah.
And showing people what we can do with this one word and make it fashionable. And you don't have to be Haitian to rock a Sak Pase t-shirt or just a Sak Pase wardrobe, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? How did it make you feel?
It made me feel great. I mean, shout out to SK, you know what I'm saying, our public relations, SK Public Relations, who with that plug, she really believes in the brand, and she was able to have us stand next to other independent designers in Fashion Week. Like, it's just a beautiful thing. Remember, we took a phrase, made it cool, so cool enough that people wanted it featured, or the people that wanted it featured in New York Fashion Week.
Right.
That's a big thing.
That's big.
Two other monumental things that that bring memory, that were very powerful is, we had the first billboard. We had our first billboard featured in Times Square. That was big.
Shout out to
SK for that.
Yes.
That was big.
Facts.
Right?
Yeah.
Nobody did that. We were the first.
Yeah,
right? So I mean, when I saw that billboard, it was huge.
That was dope.
And then the time we went to Paris with Stax, that was also a monumental time as well. Like, there's a lot of Creole, French speaking people. We almost didn't go to Paris.
We almost didn't go to Paris.
But we made it happen. Let's just say that we made it happen, and that was always. And they showed us mad love.
Yeah, Paris.
Like,
Paris
that was a great time.
Paris is different. We had Sak Pase Paris. We had maybe 400 or 500.
400 or 500 shirts. We did a pop-up shop out there. They showed us a lot of support, a lot of love. You know what I'm saying? We was there with Stax signing T-shirts and shit.
On stage.
on the celebrity shit. You know what I'm saying? It was just dope, man.
It was dope. Dope experience.
All great love. All great love.
Yeah.
All right, last question. What are some of your biggest fashion influences?
Oh, man, that's a great question. Damon John with FUBU, Sean John, Jabot, Polo, Ralph Lauren, quality, because we always into that's big.
Yeah,
quality
you're big on
quantity.
You're big on quality and
before
design.
quantity.
Right.
Man.
You were the design head. I was focusing more on marketing. Like,
Yeah,
did you design it yet? Hurry up! Hurry up!
Yeah,
I want to push it. Hurry up!
No, it was true because I was just learning Illustrator and Photoshop, and Sandy taught me all of that stuff. So shout out to him on that one. And it was just basically trying to, just those are the influences. Aniche, Parrish, who I interned, and you interned, and those are big names. Yeah,
same for me. I mean, that was the era that, we grew up in, you know what I'm saying? Damon John, FUBU era, going to the Ave, seeing them selling the hats, and like, wow, I just saw them featured in the Source magazine.
We were in high school at the time.
Yeah, but here they go on Jamaica Ave. They're they're grinding, and that's what we came from. You know what I'm saying? We didn't come from that social media era. We had to learn that as we went along.
Right.
But, and then interning, like really being there and learning how to print a shirt, and then how to take it from beginning to end and market it and brand it. Everything we learned, working at these companies, these fashion brands, I was interning at Biggie's clothing line after he passed, Brooklyn Mint, learning all of that stuff. We were taking all of these experiences to our brand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, obviously we did a good thing because we learned a lot. So, it was just a good learning platform.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, like I want to say before we leave, it's more about building relationships. It's all about building relationships throughout this whole entrepreneur, journey. It's all about building relationships, and that's key to me. Yeah, you might look at the finances, you might look at everything else, you might say I don't have this, I don't have that, but it's building relationships because you never know.
Fact.
Because it comes back around, you know what I'm saying? And we built these specific relationships with all kinds of people from all walks of life, Haitian, non-Haitian.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing, man. And I don't know if you haven't.
I agree. Relationships are key, but at the end of the day, I'm going to add to that. At the end of the day, as an entrepreneur, you got to learn how to execute. You know what I'm saying? Like execution is key, or else you're just going to be going around in circles doing the same thing. Like I'm big on execution, and along the journey of these last 9 years with the brand, we've met a lot of people with fluff. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I ain't messing with this dude because I just want to make it happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm all about, making it happen.
Right.
For people who really know me, like, I want to make it happen. I want to really execute. So, that's
At the end of the day, relationships, team is big. Having a great team behind you is huge. That's what I learned.
Facts. And that's a great segue. And with this new podcast, I just want to let everybody know that we're excited to have you to be able to present this to you guys. We've got a lot in store, and we do have a great team. Very impactful, smart. It's bigger than us, and we can't wait to have the guests that that we plan to have on the show. It's going to be just look forward to it. This is just one of many to come, and
chapter 2.
Yeah, chapter 2. Let's take a quick shot. Yes, sir. Chapter 2, the beginning of a new beginning, a new chapter. So with that being said, we'll see y'all soon. Next episode. One love.
Yes. Team Sak Pase.
Team Sak Pase. We out.
Peace.